Today.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
This will make it into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
Just 3 weeks of games left in the NFL regular season. What's it going to take for him to win the MVP? What's it going to take?
Whatever it is, if he wants to strengthen that candidacy, no time like the present.
And let me tell you what I think. Not only does he have to play the clean game, no picks, things of that nature, he has to have at least one significant play that we'll talk about all next week. That'll really give him a higher profile.
19 yards right off the bat and a quick first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Operating from the gun, Pittman.
He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On 1st and 10, Pittman. He'll find Lindsey here. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
This is McAllister. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. It's coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Dalton Keene. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. That time a 9-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here's Hall. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Number 48, the ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
6-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll try the left side. Whitaker. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. Rolling to his left. He may try and run for this.
Taylor on the keeper.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
The give to Whitaker. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Play to the running back.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Here's Whitaker. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Again, the ball carrier. He's tackled it.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now they'll throw with Taylor. He'll buy some, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jaron Reed. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
From the 9, here's 2nd and goal. the gun. It's Taylor. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Michael Dixon.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
No gain on the play. Brings up second.
To throw on second down. Pittman. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The pass. A fumble on the play.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
To throw on third down. Pittman. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, #1, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 75 yards.
And you can tell early, they're going to look his way quite a bit, and he made himself available on that one.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
7 yards the pick up there.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, #1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Play action, now Taylor. Stepping up, he's going to keep it.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one.
7-7.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. This is Whitaker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Off the play fake. Pittman. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
And sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, Pittman. A throw for Westbrook, but it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Taylor sliding out of the pocket. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 40, past the 20. 10, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown.
Touchdown, Patriots.
How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Carson. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They run it with Carson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it brings up
on 3rd down, Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And now does he get to the first down marker? He blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Taylor. He'll find Metcalf. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And the Seahawks first down.
Now Taylor to throw. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
And 3 at the Patriots' 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he stopped immediately there. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Taylor's going to keep it himself.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, he had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Again, Taylor going to hold on to it.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Taylor. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
17. Patriots 14.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
26-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered.
Philip Lindsay on the carry.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Rashaan Evans on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Patriots.
Now it's Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down.
From the gun, Taylor. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Taylor's pass.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He was looking for his tight end, Devin Asiasi there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Pittman. And incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
For the Patriots.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense. but a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 20.
Operating from the gun. Taylor. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
It's 3rd down.
Taylor now from the gun on 3rd down. Out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
The quarterback sack.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Taylor, he'll hit Whitaker on the flat.
Taylor's pass.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Taylor. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun. Pittman looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
On 3rd down, Pittman. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Taylor. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Taylor. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now here's Michael Dixon, standing just outside his own goal line. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Patriots take over. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Throwing on first down. Pittman.
He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun. Pittman.
Open man is Asiasi, the tight end.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Metcalf once again the target. That'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
On the ground, Whitaker. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's
from the gun, Taylor. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
A loss of 5 yards.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Westbrook now on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Pittman over the middle to Beckham. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Another run by Lindsey. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun. Pittman. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz. Too fast to handle.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at a certain time?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jared Reed in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Play action, it's Taylor. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Pick up of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 20.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
Ball carrier.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2nd and 11 now. From the gun, Pittman. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Pittman's pass. Complete to
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
to throw on third down. Pittman, and this is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he powers his way up past the 30. Trey Boston up to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
Now a give right side. It's Whitaker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Right back to him on first down. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Ball carrier.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the
on 2nd down now. It's Carson. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
At the 46-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's
operating from the gun. Taylor. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
First down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Powers through again. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 11. From the gun, Taylor. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And to throw is Taylor. To throw on 3rd down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
At the 25-yard line.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Pittman. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
At their own 27.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go play action now. Taylor. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Rashaan Evans on the tackle. A gain of 8 yards.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun. Taylor able to find Isabella and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
From the 42-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play.
From the gun, Taylor looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Whitaker. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots ready to get the football back. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. On 1st and 10, Pittman. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Lindsey. It's a gain of 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
At the 25-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Pittman. The open man is Westbrook.
Westbrook. That's good for a Patriots.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on 1st down. Pittman. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Pittman. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
For Philip Lindsay, incomplete.
Throwing again, Pittman. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsay. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Pittman. And he finds Penny. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Pick there by Nick Nelson. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
They'll take over.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They get the crucial turnover just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway Even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
They run again with Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Throwing now is Taylor. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. He's got a 1st down past the 30. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 84 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
So the Patriots now down 24-14. 1:36 to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And a throw there going to be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. It doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Seattle.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Taylor to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter, Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for New England, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. So for Charles